It's not backwards, it's Klingon now. You know what? I think that's how they invented. They created that language. They just started saying words backwards. Dask top oidora.
So boy, they didn't turn that music down at all. I like it.
Gonna rock on my life. I think I'm gonna say things I would not say to my wife. Yeah.
Now we're doing video, and
I'm
it's
not
like,
gonna worry about it.
you look good, but
Thank
I
you.
look awful, so I'm going to be growing a
Don't
beard.
look awful.
I'm going to grow a
You
beard.
look beautiful. You look handsome.
All right.
Better looking than the day I met you.
So I just
With the Fu
I just
Manchu
disco- I just-
mustache. Not now. When I met you, you had a Fu Manchu.
Anyway, I don't know if I'll be able to think because I'll be looking and seeing
Just don't look.
how beautiful you look.
Oh, stop.
So I just discovered something about my senior pass, the MTA senior pass.
Yes.
I was having a drink with Paul. We had a great time.
And you found out you could use it to buy a drink?
That would be great.
Can you imagine?
That would be
that would be
great.
smart for society because, make a bunch of
Wait,
like
show
senior citizen.
everybody your drink. That was a nice sized drink. Oh my God!
Too much equipment. Oh, thank goodness I didn't spill anything.
Look at that. That is a nice sized martini.
Yes.
Here at 5 Napkin Bar,
Uh-huh.
and I'm having an IPA. So we had our martini and a half.
Yes. You and our friend. Can we say? We can say his name, Paul.
Oh, Paul Rubin, right?
Yeah.
Right. And we were talking about life and children and life and wives.
You have to
and
come
stuff.
this way a little bit.
Right, okay. And
You have to get cozy.
yeah, all right,
There we go.
all right.
There we go.
Yes.
Yes.
To put this back further.
You're talking about wives.
Right, and so we got done and we left, and I walked all the way to the subway
Oh,
with
this
them.
is about your card. That's right.
Right, and I went on the subway. I said goodbye, gave him my big hug that I always give him.
Uh-huh.
I love you, Paul. And then I went to get in the subway, and I realized something was missing. I didn't have my umbrella.
Oh.
And it was a big, nice umbrella that we have, the one that has
yeah.
two ties.
Yeah, and
It's huge.
Huge, yeah.
Right, it would cover like 4
a
people.
family. Yeah, exactly.
It's a family umbrella.
Yeah, family of 5 easily.
So I had to walk all the way back to the bar,
Yes.
nice Irish bar,
Okay.
on 55th Street and 8th Avenue. I forget the name. Oh, it was called Rumors.
Rumors.
Rumors, an
I
Irish
think
bar.
55th and 8th.
55th and 8th, yeah.
I don't know.
55th, 54th and 8th, something like that.
It's a
We
good
walked-
name for a bar, though.
Walked all the way back,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went back to the subway. I swiped my senior card, and it said just used.
Oh, yeah, you have to wait a certain... But wait, you hadn't... Oh, because you had already swiped it, and then you realized you...
But I never
oh.
saw that message. Just used.
Yeah, you can't... Any of those cards, you can't use under 18 minutes.
So I mean, what if you have to leave? You forgot something, and you leave.
Like you did. Well, I
Like
guess
I
you have
did.
to wait.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm going to sit there and wait for 15 minutes.
Well, that's
There's-
your choice. Or don't get the umbrella.
I wasn't gonna. That was a family umbrella.
But wait, is yours unlimited?
Well, no, it just keeps filling up.
Yeah, but so they shouldn't do it on your card.
No, they shouldn't.
Because you pay every time.
Yeah, I mean, it said just used, but I felt I was being used.
Well,
I should just be able to go through.
yeah, I mean, they do that with unlimited because they don't want people sharing. Think about it. If you have an unlimited
Yeah, I
card,
guess.
somebody will get that family of 5 that
what's-
has the big umbrella. They're
What's
gonna.
the solution?
Well, yours, they shouldn't do it on the senior card. If you get charged X amount each
Yeah,
time.
but what if I were like hand my card to someone else?
Oh, there you go.
There you
I
go.
see. You could get the whole family in on the senior card. Oh, I see.
Yeah, and they just
But You'd
okay.
be charged each
Okay, grandson 1 and grandson 2, and come on through. It's a senior card. You can all come through on it. So I started walking, and then I saw something wonderful. something fantastic.
Oh, so you walked instead of...
I walked to try to go from 57. I was going to walk up to 70.
Did you realize that you just had to wait a little time? Wait a
Oh, I
little
knew that.
bit?
I knew
oh,
that. I didn't want to
you
wait.
knew that.
Because I had to get here because we were doing our show.
Uh-huh.
But then this wonderful thing rolled up called the bus.
Ah, yes, you can transfer.
I transferred to the
yes.
bus.
Is it? Well, so what is it you didn't know then? You just learned something.
I just learned that that you can't use it right away. It says just used.
Okay.
I didn't know that thing came out. So this is Barcrow Radio, and we're at 5 Napkin, and it's kind of busy and kind of loud. And
well, that's because it's a bar.
it's because of the bar.
It's
and
a bar restaurant.
And they're very good here.
It's
And
a great, cool place. Like, cool people come here, young people, people our age.
Today we're going to be talking about road rage.
I don't want to talk about road rage. I told you I didn't want to talk about road rage. I don't know why you're bringing this up again.
Road rage.
You're always
So
saying I have road rage, and I don't.
And
Makes
I
me
want,
mad.
I want to play a little piece from Goofy.
I'm Goofy.
Goofy, the Disney character.
Oh, did he have road rage?
He did a thing of road rage. Let's listen to that.
So it's gone back a few years because Goofy's been around.
He's been around, and road rage has been around for a long time. This is from a 1950 Disney thing called Motor Mania.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think there was chariot rage?
I think there was horse rage.
Horse rage.
I want to talk
horse
about
riding.
I want to talk about bike rage.
Yeah, I know.
There's
I know.
walker rage.
There is.
Basically, humans are raging
Yes.
all the time.
There was rage on the subway this morning.
Oh, really? All right,
Yeah.
let me play this.
Go ahead.
And then you talk about your subway rage.
All right.
Here we go. This is Motor Mania 1950, Walt Disney, Goofy. Love Goofy. Goofy.
Get off my road! Get off my road!
Where's Goofy? That's not Goofy, Alan. That's you.
That's me. So that's Goofy.
Oh, we're not going to hear it. You said we're not going to hear it. Is
Yeah,
that
I
what you
told
said
you that before.
Oh, I
You're
wasn't
supposed to
listening
play
you.
along with me.
I just.
I'm going
sorry.
to insert it later.
Oh.
I'm
sorry.
not going to do it right
I
now.
wanted to hear Goofy.
Oh, here, I'll play it for you.
I want to hear it.
All right, here we go. Okay, let me turn down our mics.
I was looking forward to it.
Mr. Walker lives in a quiet, respectable neighborhood. He is a typical average man, considered a good citizen and of average intelligence. Mr. Walker owns a motor car and considers himself a good driver. But once behind the wheel, a strange phenomenon takes place. Mr. Walker is charged with an overwhelming sense of power. His whole personality changes. Abruptly, he becomes an uncontrollable monster, a demon driver. Mr. Walker is now Mr. Wheeler, a motorist.
Hey, Keith, watch where you're going, stupid! Hey, do you think you're on the whole road?
Of course I own the road. My taxes pay for them. I voted for road bonds. I paid for the roads, and I'll use them. Get off my road! Move over! Let me pass! Shut up!
There's Goofy
Yeah.
having road rage. I mean, that sounds pretty familiar.
Well, yeah.
Shut up! Get off my road!
It is familiar,
It's
right?
my road.
I mean, I don't think behavior has changed. I think Disney really got it there. So I did some research,
Okay.
and this is from the AAA Foundation.
Yes.
And road rage is something that's been growing over time.
It's getting ragier.
It says, while only a small portion of all drivers reported more extreme behaviors that might be considered road rage, such as getting out of their vehicle to confront another driver, or bumping or ramming another vehicle on purpose, they had a study suggest that a substantial number of drivers may engage in these behaviors.
A substantial number?
Substantial number, and then it gave numbers of in the millions. Let me see if I can pick out some of these. Roughly 5.7 million drivers in the United States intentionally bumped or rammed another vehicle
Wow.
in the past year, and this is 2016.
Well, it happened to me. So.
It did happen. Let me just go a little
Go
bit
ahead.
more problem.
Yeah.
7.6 million drivers confronted another driver at least once. In other words, they give them the finger or they.
Yeah, right,
or they-
right.
they-
See,
they-
I
they-
would never do that. That's
and so
inciting.
of all, like 8 million drivers reported having engaged in either or both of these behaviors at least once. This is 2016, so it's not that long ago.
8 million.
And it's and like stopping and getting out of the car and
And
saying,
they all live in Boston.
well, yeah, and then it happens more in the Northeast
Right.
than other parts of the countries, and then it happens. Males tend to do it more than females,
Right. And of a certain age, right? I bet.
and the younger ones will do things like bump. They'll bump you, right?
It's crazy.
But older people do. Older people like me
Yeah. And me.
do not do it.
No.
I think because we're afraid.
I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay any extra premiums on the car insurance or
No, I
pay for
don't.
damage on someone else's car.
Such
It's so
little
silly.
child left.
You know what,
Don't
Ellen?
kill me.
I once was talking to my good friend Emily,
Yeah.
and she said that she had a friend
Oh,
who
that's
just
nice.
decided that she was just going to drive the speed limit. She just made a decision. You know what? I'm just going to drive more safely.
The speed limit. It
Yeah.
says 60. I'm going to go 60.
Right.
Maybe
right.
58.
I'm not going that far, but I will go 65, maybe 70.
Okay.
But I mean, basically, I try to go no more than 5 miles. Usually, no more than 5 miles over the speed limit. But I really thought that was a kind of a very nice thought. You know, just why
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
obey the law?
Yeah. Can I lay something on you?
Go
Because I've been
ahead.
kind of like surveying people about road rage.
Go
and
ahead.
I talked to my heart doctor, who I think is a good person to talk about road rage.
Oh, does he have road rage?
I said, "Do you ever have road rage?" And he says, "Well, sometimes I get angry."
Yeah.
And he says, "I mean, what I try to do is I put on like NPR,
Oh, okay.
and that takes my mind off of it."
Ah, good.
Yeah, but he gets upset, like we
But I
like we all
think
do.
that everybody does.
Well, wait a minute.
To a certain degree. Even your lovely sister Barbara has admitted
I don't want to
it.
talk about my sister Barbara. Don't talk about her. She's
Okay.
perfect.
She doesn't want us to talk about her?
No. I believe she's perfect. I want to talk about you.
Okay.
Yeah, you may want to take another drink of that large
All right,
martini you
just
have
a
there.
minute. Just a minute. Let me get
'Cause-
fortified
As
here.
I said, I've been talking to people about road rage. I said, "Do you get road rage?" I talked to Les, our good friend Les, and he says, "No, I don't get road rage."
Go ahead. Lay
I
it
just-
on me.
All right. So I asked our daughter,
Yes.
your daughter.
Yes.
I asked Thule. I said, do you have road rage? And Thule says, "Oh, here I am." And Thule says, "No, I pretty much handle it." But and I said, "What about Mom? Does Mom have road rage?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, not really, but she drives so slow." She drives so slow.
I drive carefully.
And
Man.
then I told her, I said, "Well, we think you drive too fast."
Too fast, yeah. And what'd she say to
We
that?
did. We're kind of like, ooh. She said, it's dangerous to drive slow.
But
driving
I don't
slow-
drive that slow. I do not. I don't drive the low.
It's all
the speed limit.
perception.
Their perception is that anything like within 5 miles over the speed limit is too slow. That's
Yeah.
what they think. I know.
Well,
I
I'm
know.
afraid to say I think our son-in-law has road rage. But
I
anyway,
I haven't noticed that.
no, he seems
No.
upset when he's behind the
Better
wheel.
get in the camera, sweetie.
Oh,
Our,
this is a
our
new.
fans want to see you.
This is a new thing. It's like we
I know.
have
We
to
have to
figure
get
out how to do
closer.
this. Well, we have to get the camera
Or
further away.
do they
or
make
something.
wider angled?
Right. There must be a way of like bringing it in,
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
You have to study it.
so you can see where we are. We're at 5 Napkins crossing the AMC
Oh.
or the CMA.
Yeah, but for our listening audience, we're now filming ourselves.
Yeah, we're filming ourselves. We don't have a videographer.
So that's yeah.
Right.
We just have this. We set up a camera, on an iPad.
Well,
and
our friend should come over. It's the manager. We don't remember his name. But you participated in road rage, not yourself, but you were a victim of road rage.
I was, and I
It
kind
wasn't
of,
even on a highway.
But I think I kind of unfortunately instigated it, not because I did anything.
Did you give him the?
No. I've never done that. I
All
would
right.
never give anybody he's saying the finger. You know which finger? I would never do that. See, I wouldn't even do it right now. See, I would not do that.
Why? I just
do
gave it to myself.
Because it's.
I'm
you're in
thinking
public
here.
and okay, whatever. Anyway, okay, shall I tell the story then?
I think you should.
I was in a parking lot, and I was in the lane to turn. I was in the lane to turn right. There was only 2 lanes.
You're in
You
a
could-
covered parking lot.
Yeah, and you could either go right or left to leave the parking lot. There was only go right, go left. So I was I wanted to go left, and I was in the right hand, right? So there were no cars in the left, no, it was the opposite. Anyway, whatever. I was in the wrong lane, and there was no cars in the other lane. And then I looked. It's not nice to do that while I'm telling.
I was
the
trying
story.
to demonstrate this is your car, but I need another car.
Oh, he's for the camera.
I was
Now he's
trying to
all
do that.
obsessed with his camera.
Yeah. Where's the
I'm
lens?
just going to
It's
close
over
my
here.
eyes so I don't see you because
Okay, okay.
So anyway, I wanted to move to the right-hand lane, and there was no cars, and then suddenly just 2 cars pulled up. So there was 2 cars, and the front of my car would have, if I'd gone into the lane, I would have hit the other car, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was just a little bit, into my space.
Mm-hmm.
So I sat there.
I'm getting road
And I
rage
thought-
just listening to
and
this.
I thought, let me just wait until they move, and then I'll pull into the right-hand lane so I can turn right. And then a 3rd car pulled up, and I had my blinker on, So and he pulled up behind me, right?
Road rage is coming.
Yeah. He pulled up behind me, and I had my blinker on, like, okay, everybody, as soon as these cars move, I'm moving into that lane. And I wasn't I wasn't near the street where you actually turn. Is this making sense, Helen? Do you understand?
I understand because you told me about 12 times before.
All right. Anyway,
I'm
so
gonna put
so the guy
diagrams
that was
in the
behind me, he
program
pulled
notes.
up beside me then, and I was thinking, and I rolled my eyes at him. That's what I did. I rolled my eyes
Go
at
do
him.
it. Do the roll the eyes.
Okay. I went like this. Like,
Oh my God! You!
I did.
Just
'Cause he was
get off my road!
And then when the light changed, I did a gesture like, go ahead, mister. You
Oh, like
blocked
that?
me.
You did it like that?
I did. I was like, go
Joe,
ahead.
God, I'm gonna kill you, you
And-
woman!
And so what he did, then he was like saying, no, you go, kind of thing. It was weird. And then I said, no, you go. And what he did is he took a sharp left and hit me.
Right in front of you.
And he hit me, and he put on the gas so fast that he went over the median into the opposite that lane of the opposite traffic,
Into the wall on the other side.
and then into the wall. So I was
Road rage is not
shocked.
pretty.
I was shocked, and then I got terrified because I thought, oh, idiot Becky, you've enraged this guy, and he's gonna come after you. He's gonna back up his car and try to hit you again. And I drove off, which was a stupid
was a-
mistake.
No, I
Stupid,
think that
because
was- no.
any insurance company would have believed that I was right if I had just stayed there.
The advice is, in the research I've done,
Yeah.
is you leave, you get out,
Okay.
you call 911
That's what
if
I
you're
did.
in trouble,
I
and
did.
you did that. And
But
you
the
keep-
insurance didn't pay for our
Well,
whatever.
the thing is,
Yeah.
you didn't know what state this guy was in, because he went nutso.
He did.
Over you just rolled your eyes at him.
Yeah.
And said please move in, and who knows what was going on, but
He turned his steering wheel sharply
And he
to the
bumped
left,
into you.
and he rammed his foot on the gas, and he crashed into me.
And how much
like,
was that? How
the
much was
front-
the cost of the car? It was like hundreds of dollars.
She was worried. She
What?
got caught in the camera, and she got upset.
Oh.
Like, don't worry.
Oh, because she thought she was upsetting our shot.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, okay. Anyway, do you ever hear of what is it called? It's called biking. That's a bike, or dooring a bike.
Yeah, sure. Of
During a
course.
bike?
Of course. Sometimes it's an accident, and I'm sure that sometimes it's on purpose.
I'm sure it's always an accident.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's happened to me, and I have to always be very careful when I'm on the bike.
Yeah, right.
That when I'm going by, especially a cab.
Yes.
That
letting
I'm
out
not
passengers.
doored.
Yeah, and also that you don't run into the people that are exiting the cab too.
Well,
Because they
I
don't
mean,
look.
They don't look.
They don't
I mean,
look.
that's
It's-
not my
yeah.
fault. I have the right of way.
I look when I get out of my Via, but I've got, I didn't always.
All right, but I once many years ago, I was downtown, and a cab came up behind me and went right next to me, kind of didn't give me much room to get by, and then the door opened,
Right.
And as the door opened, it went right into my leg.
Wow.
And I had bike rage. I had like road rage.
So you were
immediately.
You were yelling at him?
No, I took the door and I rammed it any number of times back into the passenger's leg. I went.
No, you did not. You did not.
I did. I went crazy.
Alan.
I went crazy.
And you accused me of road rage.
No, I had bike rage. I was jammed up against the other car, and I just went crazy. I went insane.
Yeah.
You know.
Did they yell at you?
No.
Were they like afraid?
No. I mean, it's happened before too, where a cab has kind of come around the corner and blocked me against another car.
Yeah.
And it's like I start yelling, and this cab driver got out of the car with a bat, with a big
With
bat.
a bat?
And then I said,
You rode away.
I
Okay,
rode
you
away.
win.
I rode away.
You win.
Right.
Come this way, honey.
the
Come
the
this way.
bike. You know, this thing has taken over our podcast.
I know. Well,
So the thing. What do you do about road rage?
there's cognitive.
Kind of things. So you change the way you're thinking.
Things the way you think. Yeah. You just have to say. You just have to not take everything so seriously.
Right.
You know, chill out.
It's kind of like
Chillax.
our therapy, because we go to therapy.
Yeah, why do we mention that every week, Al? You don't have
Because
to
I think
bring it up every friggin' week.
it's important because it relates to this. Because I think one of the things we've learned is to pay attention to how we're feeling. So if you're feeling that way, then you just don't act on it.
Yeah.
I think that's important. I think a lot of people with road rage, they think they know what's going on with the other driver, but they really don't. I mean, let's say you get
No.
angry at someone
Yeah.
who's kind of cut you off.
Right.
And then later on you find out that this guy has his wife in the back. He's trying to get to the hospital.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't know what that person is thinking.
It's true. And you shouldn't take it personally. That's what one of the articles said. Don't take it personally.
Right.
Just assume that it's not because of you.
Yeah.
You know, we always think everything's about us.
I just think cars are so dangerous. It's amazing that
Well,
more
they
people
are.
aren't killed
They're
by
like
cars.
a killing machine.
Yeah.
They can be.
Yeah, it's amazing that with all this road rage we have, with all this anger that we have, especially now that things are getting so tight on the roads,
Yeah.
and cars are piling up on each other,
Right.
that we don't have more of that and we don't go crazy. And this idea of like having concealed weapons, which we talked about in a previous Bar Crawl
Yeah,
radio,
Right.
it's
Not
like
in New York
a
City.
car is kind of like not a concealed, it's an open weapon.
Yeah.
And when you get road rage and you want to kill the other guy
Well,
because he's kind of...
they don't want to kill. They want to cut off.
Well, some of them do. I think
Well,
some
it
people
ends up
do.
being that, though. It ends up being
I-
that.
I-
That's
I-
why people get killed, because of that.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to end up with one of the most major road rages of all time. That was Charlottesville.
Well, before we, yes.
Right?
But
I mean,
before we
that
go
was
there,
road rage.
Before we go there, can I get you to admit on tape and camera that I do not have anger issues?
You yell sometimes. You get upset.
Everybody does, but it's not that. It's when you take the car and you try to block people.
You try to
Are
do
you-
something
are you
about
tr-
it.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, I get I get upset, and I say my string of curse words, but I don't do anything to, and I never use the finger. I'm not trying to instigate them. This is just between me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just letting this little, rage off.
Let me ask you, does that
I'm
make
having
you...
a rage off.
Does that make you feel better? when you
It
do
does,
that?
and sometimes I
Really?
laugh. You don't even notice. Sometimes I laugh.
Yeah.
I just have a rage off and I laugh, and because some people are jerks. They really are. Hey, you just admitted to slamming the guy's
I did
the
it.
car.
I did it.
I'm telling you, I don't do that.
Yeah.
And you're not giving it to me, eh?
No. I didn't know you drove so slowly until your daughter told me that you're a really slow driver. I can't complain because I don't really drive anymore that much.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like to drive.
I don't.
I think I'm a very good driver.
Because I'm really scared of the other drivers. I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, that's why if I see somebody bobbing and weaving or
Back off.
being aggressive, I back way the heck off.
Yeah, because you get behind the wheel, you're kind of in this box, and you think you're safe, and you have this illusion of control. That's one study that
Right.
said road rage was based on this illusion that you're in control, when in fact you're speeding down the highway at 70 miles an hour
Right.
with all these other cars around you. You don't know what they're going to do.
Yes.
They don't know what you're going to do.
Right.
And you just kind of have to, you're basically cooperating so you don't
Right.
kill each other.
Right.
And so we have this one guy with road rage who thinks he has unlimited control. He knows exactly what's going to go on.
Yeah, he's going to always stay in control.
He knows what you're going to do.
Yeah.
He knows what he's going to do. He knows his car is always going to be working.
Yeah.
Brakes are going to work. Everything. He's in total control.
Right.
And it's an illusion.
Right.
You don't know what's going to go on.
Yeah. And people die.
And then people
What was
die
it, like
from road rage.
Over 2,000 people.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah, it was over 2,000.
there's statistics, but I can't find them. But people die from
Well,
road
that's what I
rage.
read.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, the last
In the
thing I
year
wanted
that
to,
it was, the article was written.
well, it's gotten worse. I just wanted to end up with the Charlottesville because to me that's ultimate road rage.
Yeah.
He saw this guy in the car, this Nazi or
Well,
bigot.
it wasn't road rage. It was.
When you're in
it
the
was-
car,
No, but it wasn't against. It wasn't about another car. He was using his car as a vehicle to hurt people that he didn't like.
I think that's road rage. I
don't-
define
think
that
it's-
as road
I
rage.
think it's a hate crime. I don't think
It's
it's
something
road
that
rage. It's a hate
happens
crime.
when you're in a car
No.
and you see people
I'm
who
sorry.
you think you know who you
I disagree.
you know who they are and you want to kill them because you don't like how they're
Yeah,
behaving.
but the other people weren't in a car, and that's not road rage. That's a hate crime. That's trying to kill.
One of the signs of road rage is when you go after cars that are lower denomination than you are, that are lower status
But they weren't in
than
a
you
car.
are.
They were just pedestrians.
Doesn't make any difference.
I think that.
You know,
I think
I'm
that
not,
makes the difference.
I'm not a pedestrian. I'm on my bike, and I have cars road rage against me.
Yeah.
They get off my road, and I'm on a bike. I'm like one step away from being a pedestrian. I think that's road rage, and I think it comes from the same kind of sense of I'm in control, I have unlimited control, I'm safe in my
That's
car,
not what this
and
was,
I
honey.
hate you.
This was a homicide. This was somebody. He was convicted of homicide. It wasn't about him.
He was- well,
it wasn't about him being angry because they walked in front of his car. It was about him trying to kill people.
They were in his way.
Yeah, but no.
They were black
weren't
people
in his way.
and how dare they get in his way?
And it was
how
other. It was,
dare
just,
they
it was actually
sit-
a white woman
sit
that
on
wasn't
his
it- was it
street?
a white- oh, I don't even know. That's
How
bad.
dare they do that? How dare they say things that I don't like?
But that's not.
It's
I
the
don't
same
agree.
thing.
I
It's
don't
putting
think so.
it's putting judgments. I know what they're thinking, and I'm going to kill them for
He just
thinking.
happened to have a car. If he had had a gun, he would have shot them.
I think it's the same thing. It's the same
It's
thing.
not the same as real. Okay, whatever. I beg to differ. All right.
You're wrong.
Well, let's ask our audience.
Well,
Weigh in.
we're going to end up
Contact
with a, we're
us
gonna
on
end up with a little sound.
barcallradio.com.
Yeah, Barco Radio. We're at 5 napkins. Clearly, Becky and I we disagree, but we love each other. See, there's proof. And we're gonna have a little. I don't want to have a burger.
I don't either.
Yeah, I want something.
I want a grain salad.
You have the green salad. I'm not sure I'm going to eat because Paul bought me a bunch of shrimp and
Whatever.
I had the guacamole and chips and
You're not getting any of my salad.
yeah. I wish they had sliders this time of day.
They don't, though.
Oh, that'd be
That's
good.
further. You have to be here at 10 o'clock.
Why would you have a slider? I mean, that would be cool. That'd be good. Okay. Barco Radio. This is Barco Radio number. I wrote it down.
51,
53.
53.
Yeah, and let me just quickly
Going
say
fast now.
this is some of the things coming up. Barco Radio number 54. We're going to be at the Santa Maria Inn in Santa Maria, California, and we're going to have a little conversation
Yeah.
because we're visiting your mom. Barco Radio number 55. We're going to be on a glacier
On
in
a-
Jasper Park.
Okay. Is
we're-
Jasper on a glacier?
Well, it's just north of the glacier
Okay,
where we're going to be
all right,
walking.
okay.
So right after the glacier walk, we're going to be talking to Peter Lemieux.
That'd be weird having an establishment. You can't build on a glacier. That'd be weird.
Well, we're taking some sound from the glacier, and then we'll talk to Peter Lemieux at the Jasper Park Lodge. And then Barco Radio number 57, we're going to be talking about the Joan of Arc statue
Yes.
with some experts. This is the Joan of Arc statue on West 93rd Street
And I
in our
played Joan of
neighborhood.
Arc in high school. Do I get to bring that up?
I think you definitely should. And then Barco Radio
I know
number
all about her.
58, we're going to talk to John Hirsch, who wrote a book about his father who escaped from the Nazi
Oh,
concentration
okay. When
camp.
is that? What day?
That's Barker Radio number 58.
That's great. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to do it.
He escaped twice.
I'm reading his book now. John Hirsch, Herschch, and his father escaped twice from the death march at the end of the war.
And I asked him when he was talking to us.
Because we met him here at
yeah,
Five
we met him
Napkins.
here at Five Napkins. And I said, did he survive? And he says, I wouldn't be here otherwise. So obviously,
Right.
I could have figured that out.
Right. All right.
Okay.
The next time we do this, I'm going to have a beard.
All right, honey.
Because I take care of this thing down here.
You got to use my cream. Or we could get facelifts.
You don't need one. I do.
Vanity. Stop it. Just let it go, babe. Let it fly.
How does this
Let
look?
it flap.
You look
You
better?
don't look like a younger you. You look like a weird you.
Yeah. I can't talk now. All right. Barker Radio, number 53. And I think we're off.
All right.
Get off my road! Move over! Let me pass!